Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. And in this video, I'm going to speak about uh, a very particular mistake that a lot of junior developers make when they're starting out. And this is quite a pain actually, because this is one of those mistakes that you can just keep with yourself for first 2 or 3 years, and then you realize, oh shit, I made a big mistake. Or someone will tell you, maybe it's a recruiter, maybe an employer, maybe your friend, and once you realize you made a big mistake, and it becomes kind of hard to go back and fix it. But obviously, it's fixable, but it's quite hard. And that mistake is being in a wrong market. So let me give you an example. Let's say you are starting with some basics of web development. You go out there, you learn your HTML, you learn your CSS, you learn few techniques. Then you go out there and try other things. For example, JavaScript or jQuery. You pick up some framework and you learn that. You've been working with that for first year and a half or 2 years, right? And someone, and this is just people out there, comes to you and goes like, "Hey, as an HTML JavaScript developer, you're only gonna make 20K a year," and you obviously trust this person. You're like, okay, let me stop working with that. Let me try something else out there. So what do? You pick a job that's going to pay you a lot of money. For example, Golang. Golang is a language developer by Google. And if you go out there, you look for a job, the Golang junior developer jobs can easily pay you up to 40K, 50K per annum, right? And that's nothing compared to JavaScript developer. And then you're thinking to yourself, okay, 1 second. This is a junior Golang developer and it's paying me 50,000 a year. Why don't I learn that? And then you go out there and you start learning Golang, other backend technologies, how things work. You spend 2 years, 2 years and a half, 3 years, whatever, learning Golang, and you start applying for the jobs. You'll eventually realize that there's a problem there. Even though these jobs say junior, they are not junior. If you look at the salary, that's 50,000 is not junior salary, especially in the UK. You'll realize, oh shit, I'm in the wrong market. These jobs are not for junior people. And you'll also realize there's not that many jobs. The jobs that are there are really high paying job, 100K a year. They're senior developer job, they are lead developer, they are for people who have 5, 6, 10 years of experience. The mistake you made there is that you switched from something HTML JavaScript to Golang, and you make a huge mistake there, right? Look how much time you ended up wasting there. So it's really important that you are in a correct market. So what is a correct market then? A good market is that has a lot of demand, right? What does that mean? A lot of demand is it's a market where, especially for yourself, where the entry barrier is very low. Let's say you go to Indeed and you look for front end developer, and you can find 1,000 jobs for front end developer. There is beginner jobs. There is jobs that require 1 year of experience. Jobs 2 years of experience. There is jobs that require 3 years of experience. Right? That's a good market. There is a lot of demand. Obviously, there's going to be competition, right? But there is demand. That also means that you can get in that market much easily compared to something else, right? For example, trying to get into Ruby and something similar, it's really hard right now, because there is people who already have 10 years of experience. They will get that job, not you, someone who just started a year ago, right? So get into something that has been around for some time and there is a demand, right? Don't just jump ships and start something that you heard yesterday or something that's coming out. As a beginner, that's a problem. You can't just jump from project to project, or language to language, right? So make sure whatever you're learning is in demand. Go to job sites, see what's the demand, see what the salaries is being paid, see the amount of years they need for each job, and make up your mind, right? But don't go after things that are paying a lot of money, especially for now as you're a beginner. Wait for some time, gain some experience, and get your climb up, right? So I think that's really important. And once you are in a market, you have an experience, then you can switch the language, then you can slowly learn the language. But get in a market where the expectation is not very high. Someone's looking for someone with 2 years experience. um, they will have much lower expectations compared to someone who is advertising his job as junior developer but looking for someone with 10 years of experience. And that happens a lot, and you'll see it again and again. So keep that in mind. Thanks.